You're listening to the WBT Podcast with Michael Lodge. Listen to all of our podcasts at www.wbtpod.com. Stay informed. Let's get started.
And welcome to the WBT. I'm glad that you've joined me. This is a Friday. I've been working all week on AB5, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, is the injustice and the unfairness of AB5 in California. I'll be right back.
This is brought to you by Lodge & Co., a business and tax advisory firm where your success is our goal. Call us today toll-free at 888-681-1518 or visit us at www.lodge-co.com and learn more about what we can do for you. Lodge & Co., your source for sound business and tax services.
I tell you, this week I have been working almost nonstop on trying to get clarifications on AB5 from various government organizations. The California Department of Labor, the Industrial Board, the writer of the bill, Lorraine Gonzalez. I've been trying to work with local assembly people in Orange County where my client happens to be at. And I tell you, I'm getting kind of frustrated because I'm finding that the state of California does not care about Californians. This whole bill was written to generate more revenue for the state of California, but took into consideration nothing about small businesses and independent contractors in the state of California. All they saw was a revenue-making law that could get more money into their coffers, which they waste tremendously. So, my gist of AB5 and how I'm dealing with my client, because he's in the healthcare industry, is that they have exempted all doctors, podiatrists, physicians, psychiatrists. They've exempted them. Now, truckers had to go in and they had to literally file a lawsuit against this bill, and they got a reprieve from the law. So now they're exempted. But everybody else, writers, people who are doing... listen, I had a person come to me the other day and telling me the story of a friend of hers that literally works from home, doing odd jobs, gigs, and everything else from home for various different organizations and companies. Not working for them full-time, just odd things that they need to have done or things to be written. She lost her work under AB5 because now the companies say, no, we can't hire you because you're an independent contractor. Now, this individual has a health care problem where she has a bone situation where it's very brittle. And so she can't leave the house. She can't go to a regular job. So over the course of her years of life, she's been doing all these gigs from home. And she's been filing the correct tax returns and everything else. So she's been in compliance with the tax law. But now under AB5, she's lost all of that work. And I've heard from legal transcriptionists, people who translate for courts, they're losing their work because, and they don't want to work full-time. They want to work part-time. They want to work whenever they want to work. But under AB5, it requires them now to be W-2. So this law has literally done so much damage to small businesses. And I consider anybody who's working from home, who's filing a Schedule C, who's working independently, as a small business. They're filing the Schedule C for business or profession. They're filing all the Internal Revenue Service codes and also the state codes for businesses or professions. Some of them are licensed. Some of them are providing their own liability insurance to perform the work that they want to do as a consultant or an advisor or an independent contractor. They provide their own cars. They travel. Under AB5, they lose all that. If they have to become a W-2, they don't get to deduct travel or anything like that. That all goes away under the new tax laws. So, AB5, it was so badly written and thrown together, and they didn't even think about any of those individuals that they were going to touch their lives and destroy their ability to work or to take on extra work to provide for their families. Now, this was sponsored by the unions of the state of California. Lorraine Gonzalez is an assemblywoman who is very anti-business. She hates business. And you will find that's mostly the opinion of most of the Democratic assembly people and state senators in California, is that they hate business. They hate them with everything. They throw regulation after regulation towards business every single day. They're so hateful of business that companies and small business people, independent contractors, millennials, they're leaving the state of California because they can't deal with the high taxes, the high rent, the high cost of doing business in California anymore. So the Democrats have decided, okay, we're going to push all these people out. We're going to get more and more business. Anybody who wants to start a business in California, ooh, you're going to pay for it. We are going to come down your throats and we're going to get every last dime that you have. And we're going to come against you aggressively. Even if you move out of the state of California, we're going to come after you. So that's the mentality of what's happening in California, is California lawmakers have gone out of control because they've become a socialist government. If you know anything about socialism, it is government comes first and you become, as a citizen, you become a slave of the government. And that's what's happening in the state of California. So AB5 is a bad law, and I continue to fight it every single day, and I'll fight it and fight and fight it and fight it. Because it's affecting too many of my clients, and it's affecting too many Californians that are trying to survive in an anti-business state. I looked at Lorraine Gonzalez's Facebook page the other day, and she's going after diapers, and she's going after... what was it? It was, virginity checks. People who wanted to check if a person was a virgin, she wants to outlaw that. She wants to get rid of that. Even though there are some religions that practice that part of life on virginity. So she comes up with all of these really, really bad things for California. Now, I have written on this specific law, I have written to her chief of staff, and I have gone to the legislative page where you can leave comments on the legislation, and they're supposed to get back to you, respond to you. Not a single response. Zero. It's been over a week now, and I've gotten zero response from her. Nothing. I've asked for clarification from her office, and she is the writer of this law. I want clarification for my clients, and she refuses to respond. Nothing to this date. I've also written to the Department of Labor, and I've written to the Industrial Board, who are going to have to monitor these things, this law, and enforce it. In fact, I'm not even quite sure who's going to enforce this law. No response. Zero response. I sent them a second interview today. This is my second request. Please respond. Now, I must say this on Philip Chin, who is the congressman out of Placentia, California. He did respond. However, It was a very short response, and the link that they gave me was a link to a commercial site where they're using the law to get more business for their company. I never got a specific answer from his office, but I approached them again this morning with my response and a more detailed explanation of what's happening within the law to Californians. Now, he's a Republican, so I'm hoping that he is pro-business. I truly hope that he is pro-business. But this is what I'm finding out. Even if they have an R by their name, they're really a Democrat. Because they're voting for most of these, I'm just going to say stupid, well, I'm going to say it anyway, stupid laws that affect Californians. I do not see a fight. The only person I see fighting is Melissa Menendez, who is really good, and she'll stand on the floor and she'll fight. But when it comes to the the Republican leadership within the Assembly and the Senate, they do nothing. I don't even know where the Republican Party is. I don't even know what they're doing, to tell you the truth, in California. They certainly don't make any loud noises. They're like little rats sitting in the back, biting away at the cheese and all the handouts that they're getting. But you never see them fighting for Californians. So we have a big, big time problem in California. Now, I'm trying to fight for my clients as much as I possibly can, but I need help. I need for Californians to stand up and take action against AB5 and against Lorraine Gonzalez. Get her out of office. We can no longer, in the state of California, you can no longer sit by and idly do nothing. Just don't go with the flow, because the flow is not going in your direction. It's going against you. So Californians, you need to really pay attention to what laws are going on. Get active. Every single one of you can go on to the Assembly legislative side or the Senate legislative side. You can read the bills that's being presented. You can see how they've been changed, and you can leave your comment. And I encourage every single one of you to get an account on that legislative site and start leaving your comments. Spend an hour a day and start looking at what your state is doing to you before you get so screwed that you can no longer even turn in any direction where the state is not coming after you. So AB5 needs work, and it needs your help. If you want to help me on this, send me a text at 818-252-5682. That's 818-252-5682. And I'll tell you how you can help. But you need to get involved. Californians, get involved. Because bad laws like AB5, there's a whole slew of them coming down your road. And it's going to hit you right in the face if you don't do something about it and if you don't speak up. This is Mike Lodge. Listen, I'll be back again tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to speak about tomorrow because I'm so frustrated with AB5. I may even talk more about AB5. Who knows? But I'll have something to talk about. I always do. So tomorrow, let's have a great day. Today, let's have a great day. Tomorrow, let's have a great day. If you have Saturday off, if you have Sunday off, rest, relax, be with your family. But stay focused on what your state is doing. This is Mike Lodge. I'll talk with you soon.
Thank you for listening to the WBT with Michael Lodge. Join us again tomorrow as we explore more about business and taxes. Follow us on iHeartRadio and go to our podcast website at www.wbtpod.com and listen to all of our podcasts and read our blogs.
This podcast has been produced by Michael Lodge, fully focused on content.